transitioning to the Lakers, who are dead. Their season is over. They're done. DOA, forget about them. Sweep them away. They're done. Irrelevant. No more. Bye. So they lose 116-113 to the Timberwolves in game 4 to go down 3-1. And listen, I was dead wrong. I picked Lakers in 5. I did say, though, it would be Timberwolves, Mavericks like last year when the T-Wolves lost in 5 games to the Mavs, but 4 of those 5 could have went either way. That's how I feel about this series, or felt about this series coming in. And Minnesota has, from game 1 on, and I chalked game 1 up to, well, LeBron feel-out game. No, Minnesota's just the more physical team. Minnesota is the more defensive-minded team. They have the more experienced coach. And, I mean, let's keep it a buck. They've got the best player in the series. I thought it would be Luka, and then LeBron and Ant is kind of cancel each other out. It's been Anthony Edwards, and it hasn't been particularly close. Can we show Ant's numbers in this series? He's averaging, basically, call that 30 points per game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and then 45% for the field, 43 from 3. And obviously, Ant-Man led the NBA in three-pointers made this season, even over the great Steph Curry. And so Minnesota's up 3-1. Listen, I think the Lakers will win game 5, get it to game 6. Minnesota will close them out there. Folks, even if it gets to a game 7, the Lakers will be so darn worn down. And we saw Minnesota last year. After going up 2-0 in Denver, lose the next 3 games, then blow the doors off the Nuggets in game 6, and come back from 20 down in game 7. So if you think if they lose the next 2, oh, man, Minnesota shook. Now, Anthony Edwards ain't scared of nobody. And that's why he's such a great player. But even sticking on Anthony Edwards, what a resume this guy is putting together in the postseason. I mean, when you look at it, a year ago, knocks out Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, by the way, in what's the most recent playoff series we've seen KD and Book. Round 2, defending champions, down 3-2, comes back on the Denver Nuggets and the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. And then this year, he's a win away from knocking out Luka and LeBron. Like, this guy is, he's young. I mean, and Edwards is, understand he was a 2020 draft pick. What is he, 23 years of age. Like, this kid is, the fact that he's this young and doing this is terrifying for the rest of the league. And it's the kind of thing that makes you ask the question, man, you know, Luka's in the conversation, Wemby's in the conversation about, okay, once LeBron and Steph are done, who's the new face of the league? When you're stacking up a playoff resume like this early in your career, I still don't think the Timberwolves are a championship level team, but if they add a couple of pieces, dare I say, and I've been suggesting this for about a year, maybe they'll go get Kevin Durant, who's going to get traded this offseason. Now KD's your number 2. Now we start to have those conversations. Man, Minnesota could actually go on a really deep run, and they were a conference finals team last year. And so, like, this kid is, I know he doesn't like the face of the league thing, and I actually understood the reasons he said, because he's seen what LeBron's had to deal with, where it's like every little move is not only scrutinized, but compared to MJ, and Edwards in terms of his game as compared to MJ, which he hates. And so, but what you're seeing from this kid is incredible. And Minnesota, safe. It just sounds like the dumbest statement ever, because it's obvious. Has a very bright future, and Edwards is that dude. Now to the Lakers side of it. So I thought this was a championship contender the second they traded for Luka Doncic. I thought that they would give up a lot in the defensive end. More on that in a second. But I thought their offense would be insane with LeBron for the first time in his basketball life as the number 2 option. And in fairness, Luka had a solid game 1, really good game 2, wasn't good in game 3, but again, we're not trying to make excuses, but he was sick as a dog. I think they said he had the stomach flu in game 3. I've had the stomach flu. I cannot imagine playing an NBA playoff basketball game with. Let's put it that way. And then game 4 last night, or yesterday afternoon rather, Luka gives you 38 points. Now, problem is 2 assists. So the Timberwolves did what I thought, because I thought the Lakers were going to win this series. I thought they would face my Warriors in round 2. What my belief was what the Warriors should do with the Los Angeles Lakers and Luka Doncic, and that's play him one-on-one. He gets what he gets. He scores what he scores. He gives you 30+, but I'm not going to have him kicking out to shooters like Finney Smith, Austin Reeves, among others, Gabe Vincent, to be able to beat you from the corner, right? For Luka to be a distributor and a passer. It's kind of been the game plan to try and stop Joker. Now Joker's a better player and a bigger mismatch nightmare, but that's the game plan for great offensive players who can score and pass the ball. That's what Minnesota's doing. And the Lakers have gotten absolutely torched in this series from Ant Edwards. We're not surprised. We just showed you his numbers. He's a great player. He's probably a top 5 player in the world right now. But the rest of the guys, I mean, Jaden McDaniels has been incredible. I mean, Jaden McDaniels yesterday gives you only 16 points, but 16-11 gets basically the game-winning and one on the foul by Austin Reeves. Like, he's been great on both ends of the floor in the series. Julius Randle. Listen, part of my skepticism of Minnesota is I said Julius Randle's next great playoff moment will be his first. He's always been a liability. In the postseason, Julius Randle gives you 25 and is shot well from 3 because the Lakers don't have size. And the Mark Williams trade, you go back to that, how that fell through. But as big of a fan as I've been of this guy, and I still think he's done a phenomenal job this year, JJ Redick's got to wear a lot of this. Look, I get it. You don't trust some of your reserve guys. Listen, I don't trust Jackson Hayes either. Okay, he's a decent lob threat, and that's all he gives. He's not a good NBA player. He's not. But you've got guys off the bench who can give you something. Again, you look down the roster, if we could pull up the box score. Again, Vanderbilt is not a good offensive player. He could get you a stop or two. Gabe Vincent, I get he hasn't shot the ball well, but he's a shooter. He's someone that the Minnesota Timberwolves have to worry about. You're telling me JJ Redick did something that no coach has ever done in NBA playoff history, and that is play all 5 of his best players, not starters because Jackson Hayes started, but all 5 of his best players in the second half. And can we show you the minute total for these guys? It's insane. Do we have the graphic here? I think we do. Yeah, here it is. LeBron James, Luka Doncic play 46 minutes apiece. Rui gives you 41, as does Dorian Finney-Smith. Austin Reeves plays 35 minutes. Redick, the heck you doing, man? I get it. You're pushing your chips in the middle table. This is a must-win game. You got to tie this series up. Steal back home court. I get that. But, bruh, like, you've got to put yourself in a position where you have gas in Game 5. Now, Game 5's on Wednesday. So that's kind of one of the few silver linings for the Lakers is, well, we get 2 days off. But LeBron James at 40 years old, he's great. He's in year 22. We get it. And I've talked extensively about LeBron. Y'all know how I feel about him in the GOAT discussion. The man should not be playing 46 minutes. Okay. Because he clearly can. We saw it. He wore down in the fourth quarter, but he still had 2 outstanding defensive plays down the stretch to what I thought was going to steal the game from Minnesota and save the Lakers season. If this is a Game 6 Western Conference Finals down 3-2, I get it. Your season you've gotten this far. Your season's literally over if you don't win this game. But first round, even if the Lakers do what I think is, given what their energy level has to be at this point, and the fact that starting in Game 5, the remaining games of the series, however many there will be every other day. I think even if the Lakers somehow come back from 3-1 in this, they are cooked. They have a 0% chance against the Golden State Warriors in the second round, and I did not feel that way. Even as a Warriors fan, even though I picked the Warriors coming to the playoffs because I thought that's the matchup we get, I was thinking this is going to be a 6, maybe 7 game dogfight. No chance. A, because they'd be worn down from the Timberwolves series. B, and this is a big reason I picked the Warriors, is Luka Doncic is the worst on-ball defender in basketball, and you saw that throughout the course of this game. Now, again, some of this is Redick playing the guy 46 minutes, which is nutso. But I remember there was a stat last year when the Mavs were in the finals. Luka led them to the finals against the Boston Celtics. When Luka was giving up as the primary on-ball defender, like 67% blow-bys, like 67% of the time, the guy who was guarding blew right by Luka. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, whoever it was. And that's, what is, I think, driven Mavs fans crazy. I think what's driving Lakers fans crazy. And I love Luka. He's great, but drives me crazy watching the game. The complaining to refs, but it's not that he's not a great defender. As a basketball consumer, I don't want him to be a great defender because I think that's going to take away from his offensive game, which is more important. You got to at least, so much of defense is effort. You got to try on the defensive end. You got to give him something. And he's just not. Now, some of it yesterday was he literally just ran out of gas, although you could say while LeBron scored 0 in the fourth quarter, he did make the two gigantic. He made the first block. I forget who it was he blocked. Was it McDaniels? I forget. Blocked the shot. Lakers go down, and Finney Smith hits the three to put them up 2, and then LeBron gets another block, and it's like, oh my gosh, the Lakers are going to steal this thing. And so it's a devastating loss for the Lakers. Their season is over. As a Warriors fan, the only downside for me is I wish we'd have been the team that knocked him out, because that'd have been even sweeter. But man, those Laker fans that were talking smack about, oh man, you wait till Luka and LeBron get a hold of the Warriors. Well, they're not even going to get a chance to get a hold of the Warriors. And even if they did, if they somehow survive the series, DOA, no chance, 0. We're talking gentlemen sweep, baby. We're talking Jackson Hayes, Walker Hayes, Rutherford B. Hayes, Warriors in 5. That's what we'd be talking about. So instead, though, LeBron tried, Lucas fried, Shannon lied. T-Wolves in 5. That's what we got. So Lakers are dead. And listen, it's kind of sort of the last thing I'll say. We hear conversations about this more so in the NFL than the NBA about, oh my God, it's rigged. It was rigged for the Chiefs, right? Until the Eagles trounced them in the Super Bowl. Then I guess it wasn't. I guess the NFL forgot how to rig. But when people are like, oh, it's rigged, I've always said in the NFL, then why have the Cowboys not made a Super Bowl in 30 years? If the NBA is rigged, why would the NBA not intervene to make sure that we get LeBron versus Steph in a second round series, knowing the ratings draw that would be? So there you go. But listen, I am happily wrong about the series. It's only a matter of time, whether it's Wednesday in Game 5. I guess it's Game 6 Friday, I guess, I assume. I'm pretty sure it's every other day after Game 5 in this series. But yeah, I think Game 6 will be on Friday. Whether it's Wednesday or Friday, Lakers are done. Adios. Goodbye. Thanks so much for watching the show on YouTube, and be sure to go click that big red subscribe button and check out the other clips and full shows from Carving It Up Live, as well as our other incredible content creators here on the Grid Network.